Hi there, students. To tamper, to tamper with something. Maybe a noun, tampering. Okay, to tamper with something means to change it, to alter it, probably illegally, or so that nobody knows, to get it to do something that you want it to do. To interfere with something, to make it worse, to weaken it. So I don't want to tamper with the current system because it seems to work. To play with, to touch, to alter, to tamper, to make something dangerous by altering it. So, for example, very often medicines have tamper-proof tops or tamper-proof packaging, which means you know if somebody else has opened it and been inside it, which means that nobody can tamper with it. Okay, so if you're tampering with something, you're interfering with it. He tampered with the alarm so that it wouldn't go off when his mates, the burglars, arrived. Okay, so to tamper with, to interfere with, to change, to make worse. Let's see, legally, you could, or in courts of law, maybe they tampered with the jury. So to have dealings with them to get them to vote in one way or another, either by intimidation or bribery, this would be ways of tampering with a witness. The mafia boss tampered with the witnesses by threatening to kill them if they testified against him. Okay, so this is the idea of to tamper, to interfere with. Mr. Trump claims that the presidential election had been tampered with, yeah? That the Democrats had tampered with the results. Okay, so it's got this idea of interfering with something in a harmful or disruptive manner, to make alterations or adjustments, particularly in secret, to subvert the purpose of something or to subvert its function. So he tampered with the lock so that it would not open when the homeowner needed it. You could tamper with the evidence, yeah? The policeman was accused of tampering with the evidence, trying to change what it shows. Then you can also use this tamper to tinker with something, to modify it, but when you don't really know what you're doing. So it's not a good idea to tamper with the insides of your computer unless you know what you're doing. Yeah. Very often they make it very difficult to tamper with the settings of Windows because it's very easy to turn something on or off and end up in a situation where you can't get it back to how it originally was. Yeah. So to tamper with a security device, to interfere with it so it doesn't work properly, to falsify. He was accused of tampering with the official records. The criminals had tampered with the jury, so they'd had underhand dealings with them to influence them improperly in an unfair way. So also notice a tamper from the verb to tamp. To tamp is to push down. For example, you put your ground coffee in your coffee machine and then you tamp it down, and the thing you use could be a tamper. but that's not very often. Or maybe you put tobacco in a pipe and you tamp it down. You use your thumb as a tamper. But really, nearly always, to tamper with something, to tinker with it, to fiddle with it, to meddle with it when you don't know what you're doing, or to fix it. So the race was tampered with, yeah, to prearrange the outcome of a contest in an illegal way. And notice it's nearly always to tamper with, yeah, to tamper with something. The brakes of the car had been tampered with, and the police considered this attempted murder. Don't tamper with the engine of your car unless you know what you're doing. Don't play with it. Don't mess around with it. Okay, so tamper. Make unauthorized or improper changes, yeah, particularly to cause deliberate damage. So a tamper-proof top or a tamper-proof packaging. The election had been tampered with. To influence someone in an illegal or devious way. To tamper with the witnesses. So, yeah, very often things have anti-tamper devices to stop you fiddling with them. Notice, to tamper, a regular verb. He tampered with the alarm system. Somebody has tampered with the brakes of this car. As to formality, to tamper with, to interfere with, I think I would give it a 5 in formality. I think you can use this just about anywhere. And then as to origin, apparently it comes from Middle French, temperer, to temper, to mix, to meddle. Okay, so to tamper with something. Yeah, people are always trying to tamper with their YouTube statistics, but it's not an easy thing to do. So anyway, enough. If you enjoyed the video, give it a rating, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now. To tamper with something.